Here we are in Pleasant Hill, Missouri at the Knot Hole, a marvelous little shop full of carvings, carvers, tools, lots to see. And that's before you even get to where Roger is teaching a class. Some great pieces that they have here for you to see. Lots and lots of choices. A whole supply of oct tools, wood burners. They have some Badger State, some deep holler knives, lots to choose from. And they offer a series of classes throughout the year for carvers at all levels. They have beginners classes, and then they bring in special carvers throughout the year. Chip carving, a whole series with carvers, Randy Landon, John Engler, Marty Dolphins, Debbie Edwards. And this week, the end of July 2023, Roger Stegall is here. And we are so glad to be here right outside of Kansas City. We're going to visit with some of the folks who are carving and then spend a little bit of time with Joyce Anderson, who is the Knot Hole. So, we've got some ladies over here working on a wizard. How are you ladies doing today?
Great. We're doing great.
Well, what do you think? Have you learned anything?
Absolutely.
What's the one thing you know now that you might not have known before?
Yeah, we'll put it on next week.
How to make deep shadows and make things stand out and pop out better.
Okay. I like those wizards. These ladies have been carving for some time, though, and they do a lot of different kinds of carvings. So it's nice to meet y'all and have you here.
Thank you.
This is Miss Grace, and Miss Grace is here for today, and she's working on a chip. No, it's not a chip carving.
No, this is relief carving.
Relief carving of a watermill. Beautiful. And it's nice to have Miss Grace with us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Back into that ear.
Rod, what are y'all working on over here?
Well,
Ears.
we are doing
Ears.
on this cowboy,
Yeah.
and Patty has worked and almost finished this cowboy here, and we're fixing. We're going to start the Santa right here, and that's the next project she's going to do.
Okay.
And
So
this
we're going to
time,
finish up the ear.
this time he's going to review the steps, and I'm actually going to carve all the steps myself.
Excellent.
Right.
It may not look real good when I'm
Oh,
done, but
it'll
I'm gonna
be
try.
beautiful. Miss Patty has been doing a lot of chip carving and some jewelry. Now I'm going to show them, if I may, this beautiful necklace.
Ta-da!
Gorgeous necklace. And she's found a lot of chip moves within regular carving. Is that right?
Well, within caricature carving,
Yeah,
There are a lot
what
of
I'm
chip,
discovering is
cuts.
there's what you would call two-sided chips. Every
Okay.
time I go to do a shadowy set this in, if I think like a chip carver, I'm very successful. And up until today, I never could quite get these to look clean. And then I thought, it's not that much different than what I do with my chip carving. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's great. Okay, let's see.
Okay, well, moving
You
along.
good?
See, I
Okay.
hollowed that ear out.
Now, along with
the,
Patty is Steve,
And I'm-
yes.
right here. And what are you working on, Steve?
Well, actually, it was a bigger number.
I'm working on
I think that's moonshine
Moonshine Break.
moonshine break.
Moonshine Break. So
Absolutely. Or he could be on a coffee break. It wouldn't have to be moonshine.
that's right. Yeah, I'm a big coffee drinker, so it can be coffee.
It can be a great big cup
Big,
of coffee.
big mug.
Absolutely.
So this is
Are you normally a caricature carver or different kinds?
I do different kinds,
Okay.
but I do quite a few caricatures, and I do some relief carving and then 3D animals also.
Oh, so this is something that you really have been enjoying.
I have, yes.
Great,
Very
great.
relaxing.
How long have you been carving?
About 4 years.
4 years. Well, you're doing a fine job.
Oh, thank you.
Fine job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come right back over here. I'm gonna move around. I'll let you see some of these rough outs as we move around.
Now I'm gonna come in.
I'm gonna come visit with Tom for just a minute. Tom's working on a great big tall cowboy
Working on stash.
stash. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you think? Have you
Well,
learned anything?
Oh yeah, I have been watching Roger for the last 3 years or so on YouTube, and so it's nice to have the one-on-one. Learned
Yeah.
a lot of information on putting the facial details in.
Great. 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 Well, he's looking good.
Oh well,
Let me get a close up on him.
Deep cut.
He sure is looking good. I like that. Well, thank you, sir. And you're from around here.
yeah, I actually live in Pleasant Hill,
Yeah,
so I didn't have
yeah.
far to come.
Great. Well, it's good to talk with you.
Thanks.
Let's give me some dip in that here. All right.
Now, I told you about this shop, and this shop is full of all sorts of things. I mean, you can't go wrong being at a class here because you have so much to choose from just from the class alone, just from the shop, the knothole.
I'll go back and cut them.
Okay, I'm gonna draw. Well, you probably know. It's just
I got some gentlemen over here who are working on several different things. Marvin, tell me about yours.
Just a wizard.
Ah, great. What do you usually carve?
Hillbillies, hobos, cowboys.
Hillbillies, hobos, and cowboys. How long you been carving?
12 years.
12
And
years.
some animals.
so.
And some animals. Well, you know, you're a pretty quick carver. You've been finishing up some things pretty quickly.
Well, it's,
Well, that's
there's people in every piece of wood.
Big morning.
Yeah. Yeah, there are, aren't there?
I just find them a little faster.
You just have to find those people a little bit faster.
Right.
Well, great. Well, it's been nice to see you here.
Thank you, ma'am.
And then Mike, we've known Mike for a while.
This
Because
is
we've
my
been,
third year working with the two of you.
Uh-huh.
And I'm doing a Uncle Sam, and I love the projects.
good, good. It's
Fun
nice to
time.
be here with you. And then I've got some other gentlemen over here. We're
Ken.
working on, Ken is, you have already finished a accordion player and now working on a night shift, is that right?
Yeah, is that what he's called?
Yeah, he's going to work on the night shift. That's why he's got his little lantern.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't know where he's going to work, but that's what he's doing. Are you normally a caricature carver?
Normally, yeah.
Normally.
I try other things, but I like caricatures probably more than anything else.
How long have you been carving then?
Oh, about 20 years.
About 20 years. So
Can tell
you.
that by the way I carve.
Oh no, I can tell. I can tell you know what you're doing. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And then right over here, let's see what we've got. I need to move closely. And Ed is working on a little cowboy bust.
Exactly, yes. Yep.
Tell me about you and your carvings.
Oh, I carve caricatures probably more than anything, but realistic animals I've enjoyed recently. The characters could be Santa Clauses or cowboys.
Oh, so you carved the wide range.
Right, wide range.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's been really nice to be here with you and have a chance to visit a little bit.
Nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Bye-bye.
So we've got folks working all over the place. Oh, and we're missing Randy because Randy is on the phone. That's Randy's chair.
Now,
This
little
is
knot right in here,
Randy's,
see, you got this little knot right in there.
carving that he's working
Take
on.
that out. Right
And
in there. This is right in
eventually,
there.
Randy will be returning when he gets off the phone.
Will be right
So we're glad to have him here.
That I get that part. What tool
Okay.
do I use?
Yeah.
So here we are, third day at the Knot Hole in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Everybody's getting work done and finishing up.
Big bags like that under there. Now see, on this, to make him even happier, you could take the bags out probably. And,
What-
like you did on that
I
one there.
ended up with these very flat spaces, so I
Yeah,
tried to
yeah.
go in and because I didn't like what I did. I had to carve a little off,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I ended up with flat. So I just tried to. I think once I put the oil on it, it's gonna bring
Oh,
some of
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Some of the contour will
They're
show.
trying to figure out how to change a
I don't
face.
think you need to do anything else.
Got some fellas all
Get it.
finishing up. Now,
What you got?
Randy, we missed you yesterday. We filmed an empty chair
Yeah.
and said that Randy was here but on the phone. So tell us what you've been doing the past couple of days here in
I like
the Knot Hole.
Just having a good time.
Just having it. What you working on now?
No, but I.
Okay. Now, I understand you picked up a few roughouts to work on. And we'd like to know when those will all be ready.
I'm shooting for 2026.
No, I thought maybe by
Look at the
the
profile, you can see.
1st of September.
Okay.
Okay.
2026.
We're glad you're here, and we're sorry you had an empty chair for party yesterday.
That's all right.
Hopefully, you won't have to do any more phone calls today.
That's right.
That's right.
We had a good time.
Okay, good. Once more, we're here at the Knot Hole.
Yeah, we're gonna get residuals
Great.
from this too.
You are.
No, no, do that.
Professional actor.
I'm just lightly. Now,
Did Roger ask you to say something
I did.
special?
Thank you both for coming.
We thank you for getting us invited here, and we will see y'all here next year. We're getting ready to go talk to Joyce Anderson. Joyce runs the Knot Hole, and her biggest concern is being sure that people have the opportunity to learn how to wood carve all sorts of carvings. So hold on while we go talk to Joyce.
Just do a few. What, like you did here?
Okay, we are back, and I had told you that we were going to visit just for a little bit with Joyce Anderson, the owner, operator, and designer at the Knot Hole. And as I said, her big concern is being sure that people have the opportunity. Tell us why you and Andy started the Knot Hole back when you did.
Well, we did it with my parents. Basically, we were all into carving and painting and doing things. And so
Yeah.
it was like my parents was retiring and these buildings went up for sale, and we thought, oh, this is a place to get all this out of the house, the mess, and put it in someplace else. And my dad was starting to teach a few of the guys around the area beginning carving twice a year, and
Yeah.
he would used to rent a room in a little store across the street. And so we thought, well, he could do these classes here, and it just one thing led to another.
Well, and this is right here on Main Street in
Yeah.
Pleasant Hill, and there it's lots of old buildings that have been renovated.
We've been here 35 years, and at the time, I think the city was just ready to bulldoze it. It was just, people, the old businesses are all going out and leaving, and the buildings were going into ruin, and they weren't taking care of them. But we kind of stuck it out, and we redid things, a lot of things inside, new roofs and everything. So, but again, one thing led to another. Teaching some people, they didn't have a way to get tools, so we started ordering a handful of tools they could get started on and get them into carving. And then
Well, now, do y'all have some regular beginner classes that are offered?
well, we used to. My husband passed away last year,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to now learn how to teach.
Ah.
I can carve, but I have to learn how to teach.
Yeah.
That's another thing. So I have a few guinea pigs I'm practicing on that come
Great.
in. And then I
Great.
have a lot of, the carving world, you're just like they're all friends. They come in, a
Oh,
lot of regulars.
absolutely. Doesn't matter where you are, you're going to find a friend in the
Yeah.
carving world. Now, y'all do, you have people doing chip carving throughout the
Yes,
year?
we have a Warren roster. He just lives just a few miles from here, so he comes up. We have him once a month. He does a one-day class. And he can teach chip. He'd rather teach he calls it positive image and incised carving.
Mm-hmm,
But if you start doing chip, he'll help you with that too. He does a beautiful job of it.
And then I saw that John Engler is here several times a year.
Yeah. John's been coming here, I can't tell you how many years, for a long time. So, yes, he's come a couple times a year, usually October, and then another time, usually the first weekend in December. And in December, we carve and paint. But October, we just carve.
Okay. And then what other carvers do you have coming in during the year?
Oh, regularly, Debbie Edwards comes and does wildlife in the spring. And we got Van Kelly. He's another character carver that comes in.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And Randy Landon will
Randy
be coming
Landon,
in
he's another
October.
dude. He's in
Absolutely.
September. And then Marty Dolphin from Nebraska. He does the realistic faces. He's I think one of the best realistic faces teachers. He really teaches the process well. Everybody goes along together, and most of the time we do it in bark, and that's nice. It's easy to carve and stuff. He does have some busts if someone wants to do a bust. It's pretty generic bust, so they can do several characters.
So anybody could come and sign up for one of those classes, and they can find them on your Facebook page.
Our Facebook has a link that goes to our website, and our
Okay.
website's like thenotho.net. And then on there you'll see some of the seminars and have the schedule on it. And then we have some, I don't know how, I saw has maybe as many or one-day classes or something, but we're having some one-day, like on the weekends we'll have a one-day class. My daughter's teaching some wood burning.
And you carry wood burners.
Yes, I do.
And carry tools, all sorts of choices to get you started.
Yep.
Okay. Well, and Joyce was nice enough to invite Roger back to teach a class next July. So I hope all of you will sign up and come to the Knot Hole in Pleasant Hill, Missouri. And it's how far away from Kansas City?
Well, we're probably about 12, 15 miles on the southeast
Okay,
corner
so
of it,
if they
off of
wanted to
Lee
come
Summit.
watch the Kansas City Chiefs
or Royals
Royals or all sorts of ball games in Kansas City, it'd be a good time to come. And lots of other things to do in Kansas City.
Yeah, I think we
Blend
have
it into your vacation.
I think we have the only World War I museum in Kansas City.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a really nice museum. Big museum.
Wow.
It's worth coming and spending an extra day or two.
Okay, so go to the Knot Hole website, find out everything you can about coming and taking a class at the Knot Hole, and we thank Joyce for visiting with us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Lovely meeting you.
Uh-huh.
You and
Bye-bye.
Roger both.